Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the last and final day of the IndiaSkills preparatory workshop. This preparatory workshop have been giving you introduction to the modules, to the segments of each skill of media and entertainment. We have already given you a few sessions on graphic design technology, 3D digital game art, industrial design technology, and print media technology. Going by the flow, today again we'll be going for 4 sessions. Here, starting graphic design technology, followed by 3D digital game art, industrial design technology, and at the end, print media technology at 2 o'clock. So without wasting much of your time, let me introduce you to today's session. It's on editorial design and digital publishing module. It's a very interesting topic by Ms. Nandini Chakravarty. She's a design and brand strategist, UI UX expert, senior UI UX trainer at Framebox, Adobe certified expert, project management certification she has done. She has over 21 years of industry experience and brand strategist. UI UX expert working on software such as graphic design, Photoshop, Illustrator, Corel Draw, HTML, CSS3, UI UX, Adobe XP, website design, and Bootstrap. There's a lot more to talk about her. So instead of me talking, let's learn it from her. Welcome, Nandini ma'am, on the platform where we are guiding students to prepare for IndiaSkills competition.
Hello, Pooja. How are you?
I'm doing good, ma'am. How are you doing?
I am fine.
Thank you so much for doing this workshop on Saturday morning.
No, it's a pleasure for me to do this workshop with you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I have given you the rights to share your screen.
Yeah.
The session is all yours now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so today's session is about editorial design and digital publishing. Now, this term called digital publishing, it is very much known to us because nowadays everything is digital. So whatever we do digitally, like our blogs, then our you can see our even our websites, then all our social media platforms and all are digital media. So we call it digital publishings. Even the digital books, digital newspapers, all are called digital publishing. Means all these things come under digital publishing. But the new term here is this editorial design. Now, editorial design is something which is new to most of the students. But yes, we all practice editorial design. How? Suppose you all, make social media post for your like fun purpose, whatever. Some of you write blogs, some of you have your own websites. So you use some kind of design over there. You think of what is, right for that particular post, then what is not right for that particular post. So you jot down everything together and you write it there, or you put your design ideas there. Now that is actually called editorial design, means the ideas which we put, the way we are putting the images, then the text or the typography, that is actually called editorial design. Now in my 21 years of career, I have seen that this editorial design is somehow related to user experience designing. So what is user experience designing? Means whatever you are creating, be it a blog, be it a website, be it a mobile application, be it a logo. Means whatever you are creating, it can be a watch or anything. How user is finding it easy to use, how it is making your user, easy to understand, easy to even navigate through the entire thing is called user experience designing. Same way, this editorial design is also, to me, a part of this user experience designing. But yes, it is a part of graphic designing, because user experience designing is somehow also related to graphic designing. Means UI is also included, means user interface. So today I will just tell you the relation between these two, this editorial design and the digital publishing, and few of the tips or few of the guidelines which you can use to create any kind of digital publishing elements, even your website. So for the index part, what I will do here is, first is I will introduce you to the editorial design, then what is digital publishing, then why editorial design is so important to digital publishing, and few digital magazine examples. Now remember, whatever magazines or anything which we see on print, nowadays we also got to see it in the digital version, but those two versions are made separately, because for the digital version you need some kind of technology, like you need RGB color mode and some kind of specific size and all. But one thing remains same, be it your print for print media, be it for the digital media, one thing remains the same, which is this editorial design. So let me just introduce you to editorial design. Now, editorial design is actually a subset of graphic designing, because editorial designing is not something which will be like completely away from graphic designing, but it is okay. Let me just start the slideshow for your, so it will be easy for us to understand. So traditionally, this editorial design was introduced for the newspapers, means how the newspaper will get set, how will they put their headlines, where will they put their headlines, what will be the, all the sub headlines and all. That is actually the editorial design. But remember one thing, that whatever you are doing, be it your print media, be it your digital media, this magazine, newspapers, books, newsletters, and even online publications, whatever, their main motto is to make us, get attracted to that particular piece of paper. Like, see, whenever you see a newspaper, if it is an online or anything, mostly the tabloid newspapers, which are the small size newspapers, not as big as the normal newspaper. In India, tabloid is not that much popular, but the Midday is a tabloid newspaper. It's a small one. So we get attracted to their, their way of how they have put everything together. The entire design thing which they have put, we get attracted towards that. Now, the way they have done it so that we get attracted to that particular newspaper or to that particular magazine is called editorial design. So the main goal of this editorial design is to make the publication, whatever publication, not only newspaper. Nowadays, for the digital medium, it is all kind of publications which is digital, attractive, then visually interesting and easy to read. This is the basic thing which I have written. There are many other things which will come later on. So the main thing is that we should get attracted, means the users, we are the users. We should get attracted towards that particular online publication. But remember one thing, there is another thing, that each kind of publication has a different set of users, you can say, means target audience, we call it. So target audience is something different and normal audience is something different. So you should also understand about that. So that I am coming later on, because that I will discuss when we go to the tips or the guidelines for the editorial design. There I will discuss that. So now see this book. This is a normal book. It's not a digital publication, but I have kept it here because this book was transformed into a digital publication later on. See the kind of color. Now remember one thing, color is also a part of editorial design. Okay, So whatever color you are using, the contrast, even the color of the logo. Okay, logo is something which is already there, but few companies have their different logo for the digital media. Now, so why it is so? Because see, some companies which are very old, or some newspapers, if you see the logo of the Washington Post or the New York Times, so you will see their entire font or the typeface, we call it typeface, the name of the font, the font we call it so in which they have written it. It is very old. So sometimes for the digital medium, then for the mobile devices or for the iPad, it is very hard to read. So what they do, they just change the logo a bit, not much, but a bit, so that it is very much easy to at least read, or they can set it on the mobile or on the iPad device. So see the color, see the way they have placed the entire content, entire image and all. It is making it very, very attractive. So it's an example of editorial design which has been used here, so that they have understood, they have talked to the target audience that actually what kind of design, what kind of color expectations, what kind of typeface expectation, means font expectations they have from this particular magazine. If I go to the next page, I have put another one. Now see the kind of font. The age of quantum computing has now arrived. So it is about computer. It is about technology. So see the font, the typeface, we call it in the traditional word language. See the typeface. It is so beautiful, and it is actually the computer typeface. See the color and everything. So all these things come under editorial design. Unless and until you are making your design or your page layout, I should say here, very attractive, then no one nowadays will come and stay in your online website. Because nowadays it is all about how it looks. So if the look and feel is good, then people will come, they will read, they will promote it also. They will say to others that, wow, what a nice page I just visited, or what a nice online magazine page I have visited. So now those points which I just told about the importance of the editorial design, that its goal is to make the layout look attractive. Another thing is that the most important thing is that, oops, I have made a typo here, sorry for that, how written information is read and understood. The main thing is this, that whatever is written here, like this text, if the person who is reading reading this, he or she will understand it properly, and he or she will understand the actual meaning of what this magazine is trying to say. So written information, the kind of information which we are taking from that particular magazine, how we are taking it, is it very easy for us to understand? That is also very much important. So editorial design is important for that. Now, if you see any normal newspaper layout, newspaper layouts are mostly all same. You don't see any difference in that, but they have laid it out in such a way that it becomes, very much easy to understand for us. Okay, this is the headline, so it means this is the main headline. Okay, now this is the sub-headline. This is not so important. Now the most unimportant things, it comes inside in just small sections. So this is the way they just laid it out, so that people first go and they see the most important news. So they have first page, they have second page, they have a separate dedicated sports page. Why they have made it like this? Because it becomes easy for people to understand, to go to see the pages. Where is the sports page? all the sports news are in the sports page. So we know that, okay, that page is only for sports. So if you need to, find some of the sports news, you don't need to just go and just, see, okay, let's check where is the sports news, where is the sports news. It is not like that. So it's a kind of user experience designing. They have made things easier for us so that, okay, first page is for the important news. Second page is for the not so important news. There is a separate sports page, and now many of the newspapers, they have a separate, that entertainment page. They have a separate, small, that tabloid kind of newspaper only for the entertainment thing. So they have segregated all the sections so that it becomes easy for us to understand, easy for us to surf through all the pages. Okay. So the entire editorial design, it is the combination of the layout and the creative typography. Now remember, typography or the typeface or the font is very, very important. Now another thing I just want to highlight it here, that for us typography, many of the students, they think typography, they just go and search in Google and they think typography means writing things in a very fashionable way so that you make a wave of letters and all. Actually, typography is not that. Typography is actually how your text is readable and it's legible. Now, there is a difference between readable and legible. Now, readable means if you can read it properly, and legible means all the curves, the serifs and everything, they are properly aligned or not. If the font is very much like the script and all, so that font generally have a very bad legibility. So typography is very, very important. How you are writing the text, what kind of typeface you are using. So everything comes under this editorial design, because remember one thing, your typeface means what kind of typeface you are is using. That speaks a lot of thing about that particular design. So all these things comes under this editorial design, and if we use it properly, it will create an outstanding layout, and it is applicable for everything, for digital publishing and also for this traditional print publishing. But remember, this editorial design is specially was designed or you can say was devised only for the traditional newspaper layouting, not other things. But then so when this digital thing, it took over the print media, now we use this editorial design in every sort of this digital publishing. Now see, here I have put two images. This can be for the print media, or it can be for the digital media. Even if you buy any magazine online, this digital magazine, they come in the same way as the print media. But as I told you, they are making those things are a bit different. Technically, it is a bit different process, but the entire editorial design method or its guidelines are used everywhere. Now, why editorial design is important? Because whatever I or we want to transmit it to the client, that should be given very, very clearly. So we can't give any message through any kind of different kind of typeface or any kind of images or something, or any kind of putting things very in a very messy way. So we can't do that. So message must be transmitted correctly to the audience. So this is the first thing. First, you can say usefulness of using editorial design. Each publication has particular communication needs and is aimed at a certain target. So it is essential to study the previous market and define styles. That is where I was talking about that time about the target audience. Now, unless and until you have an idea about the target audience and the normal audience, then you can't design anything, be it for your print or be it for your digital medium. Now, comes the main thing is the target audience. Suppose you are making a magazine like the magazine called Vogue. Vogue is a very famous magazine. So if I go and search here Vogue, so if I go and you see the Vogue magazine, you will see that it's a very classy kind of look and feel this magazine has. So the target audience of this magazine is the young or successful ladies, you can say, who is want to see the things with successful ladies who are doing a lot of things in their life and all. So this is the target audience, but this doesn't mean that any guy won't see this magazine. So that their target audience is the ladies. Suppose the age group of 30 to 25 to 35, 40. But this magazine can also be seen by a lady who is 60, 65 years old or a man. So those lady is that lady who is 60, 65 years old and the man, they are the normal audience. They are the only audience. They are not the target audience. But when you are making any design for a particular audience, you have to understand the target audience, not the other people who can visit your website, can visit your magazine and all. But you should always think about the target audience. So each publication has a particular communication needs and is aimed at a certain target. So for the editorial design, we need to think about that also, that okay, my target audience is this group of audience. So they have a special kind of expectations from my design or from my magazine. So I have to do something like that. So if you see this Vogue magazine, see the color combination, see the font, see the way they have, lay out the everything. So it is only targeted to that kind of audience. So this is the first thing they have used here is the font or the typography, as we say. See the kind of typeface they have used. It is a very old, this is the serif typeface they have used. It has been laid out very, very like properly, all the film stars and all, then some, good luxurious villas and all. So they are only giving the expectations which they have found from that target audience group. So it is also a part of this editorial designing that you should study your target audience. Now, how to study your target audience? It is not that you should, go and ask everyone. So what we do is we, talk to a specific group of people who are our target audience, this age group. So we talk to them and we create a user persona that, okay, now I am creating a person, this fake person, who is the representative of that target group. So we then take it, okay, if my audience is from the age group of 25 to say 40, so they need this kind of design, they need this kind of information. So that is called the studying your target audience. So unless and until you study your target audience, you can't create a very good design. So here comes the purpose of the user research. You have to do some research in order to create a remarkably successful magazine. Now, typography, sizes, styles, blank spaces, columns, arrangement of the elements, all these are very, very important. So just imagine to create some very successful digital magazine or some very successful digital publication. You need to take care of all these things, and all these things come under one term, that is editorial designing. So you have to take care of the typography or the typeface, the sizes of the font, the sizes of the images, then the blank spaces. Blank spaces, I am coming later on, what is called blank space. Then how you have, arranged the columns and grids, then arrangement of the elements, everything is very, very important. So just imagine that a term, that is editorial design, which we were using for the traditional printing purpose, how it has taken our entire digital space nowadays. So just remember why we are so focused on this editorial design for any kind of digital publishing is that 1/3 of survey respondents cite brand quality and image as the most influential factor for their brand loyalty. So they want the brand quality and the image. Now, how you can decide a brand quality and the image? Now, remember one thing, that now in this world of digital media or the digital world we are into, everything is related to your digital presence, how your website is looking, how your blog is looking, how your YouTube channel is looking, what are the kind of videos you are uploading, what are the kind of images you are uploading in your Facebook or in your social media profile. That is very much important. That has taken everything nowadays. So the first time when we hear about a brand, we just go and search their name in Google. So if we are not finding that name in the Google, we said, oh, this company doesn't have a web presence. So it might be something fishy. So nowadays, that's the reason that nowadays companies are putting so much of effort to make their digital presence so much remarkable and so beautiful. So that is the advantage that nowadays we get to see very good websites. If you go and check Philips website, so Philips has one of the most remarkable website. Like for the lights also, if you see their so if you see their that lights and all, you will see, my God, their website is so beautiful. So this is their normal Philips website. So there is some Philips light. This is not Indian Indian website, but it is a wonderful website. So if this one, Philips Hue. So I don't know if we can see that in India, but they have a wonderful website. So there you can go, you can click somewhere, so the lights will change and all. So it's something very remarkable. So why they are doing that? Because it's only about light, because they want to have a very good digital presence. So see, even this page, this is about Philips Hue. So it is see how it is, they have made the entire page. Even for a lighting website, they have made it so beautiful. And see, it is so good. Means they have aligned it so good. There is a font and everything. Now see, this space which is there, this is called the white space. Like we are focusing, we are making our user focus on a particular thing. So this particular thing is this one. Another very good example of the white space is Apple website. If you go to the Apple website, you will see how they have made their entire digital thing. Now see, this is the phones. Here you have nothing, here you have nothing. So your eyes is going straight towards the phone and this iPhone 12. This is called white space. This is called blank space. So they are making us, focus on this area. And this white space is also called negative space, so that you keep the sides absolutely empty, so that your user can, only focus on the thing which you want them to focus on. Why they do that? Because at least if suppose 100 people are visiting this website, at least 10 people will buy if they make it look so attractive. So this is actually called white space. So for this reason, all the websites nowadays, these good websites, so you will see that they focus a lot on this this editorial design. There is one website, I will tell everyone to check this, which is called awards.com. So this website has the world's all the best websites which are listed here. Means the all the website, they send their websites here so that they can judge and they can get it placed here. So means you will see that how we have developed in the digital content nowadays. So these are all websites. So I will ask everyone that whenever you get time, please visit this awards.com. So you can understand that how we have improved nowadays. And it's an amazing website, Okay, so let me just go back to the slideshow. Now see, this is a magazine. This is a manual magazine, but this Milk Street, they have done a digital version also. So if you see that it has a almost square shape paper, the font which is very bold so that your eyes go and straight hit here, and then they have very good this kind of elements like magazines and all, and then a very big image, so that you get attracted to this name first and then this image. So you go and you study, means you read it, that okay, let me just find out what is there inside. So if you check this Milk Street website, you will get it here also. This is a magazine. You have to buy the magazine from here, and their website is also very good. See, it's a kind of magazine only. See, it is called typographical hierarchy. They have made this become a member very, very big, because their main motto is to make people go and buy this or subscribe this. So if you see the entire thing, it is really beautiful, and all are digital. Remember that. And see the design. It is not something which is very different from the manual or the print thing. But see the way they have arranged it, the use of grid and all, it is amazing. So everything is done through this editorial design. They do the research, they study, and then finally they come to this kind of designs. So this is also another example. See, it's a magazine, means newspaper magazine, you can say. See the kind of image they have used. See the way they have put it. The background is light gray, and see all the colors which they have used. So this is actually the thing that, okay, we need to make people get attracted here. Now this is the Vogue magazine, as I was saying. See the kind of look and feel they have given. So it is very much possible for most of us will go and buy this subscription or buy this particular month magazine. See the way they have put it. It is wonderful. So it can't be done like without using editorial design or without studying the users, that who are its users. So what they are expecting from this magazine. Now comes digital publishing. As we all know that digital publishing is something which is digital, which is not in a physical form. So the use of digital technology to replace written material and putting it into a format that can be accessed by computer technology. Any kind of publication that appears in a digital format on an app or an website rather than in print on a physical page is considered digital publishing. And remember, nowadays mostly all old books and all, they are getting published in a digital format. There are huge companies who are actually doing that. They only make those physical books into the digital publishing thing. And not only English, all the languages, whatever physical books they have, they are now transferring it into this digital format. So you can understand that how much digital publishing thing is important in today's world. So digital publishing is everything, is whatever we used to see in physical format, all are under this digital format. It can be newsletters, journals, blogs, advertisements, company reports, catalogs, books, magazines, and other periodicals. Libraries are also there who are doing the digital library nowadays. So all the books they are converting into digital format. Then resource materials means the materials which we use for our studies and all, and databases and scrapbooks. So everything which was previously in physical format, all are getting transferred into the digital format nowadays. Now see few of the tips I have written down for the editorial design. It is helpful for everything. The first thing is that the same thing which I told, that you first know who is your audience. Your audience, knowing your audience, what are their expectations from you, that is very much important while designing something. Even before designing something, you should go and do some user research so that you can create a design which will suit their expectations. Like these Vogue magazines, they know their users very well, target users very well, and they always try to do something which will make their target users do wow. So that is very important. You should recognize and design for your readers. You shouldn't design for us. Means for a designer, I can't design for me. I have to think of my client, of the users. Then you should use grid, like mostly for these magazines or for these digital newspapers, we use grids. Why? Because see, there is a lot of text here. So grid helps us to make the entire text part look very, very organized, so that you can at least read the content properly, and you can understand that, okay, after this column, I have to go to this column. So if there is multi-page or some huge column of text, it is very useful to make us understand that after which column we should go to which column. So this is very, very, very important. And this grid also help us to maintain proper gutters margin. Gutters means this distance between these two columns, then the margins on all the four sides, then the number of columns, and also the baseline grids. So this is for you will see that mostly for all the newspapers, they always use a gridded layout. They don't just jumble up everything together, because that will make users uneasy. They can't read in that way. Then typographical hierarchy, which is very important. I was talking about that you should make the text, which is very important, bold and big, so that you can guide the users which to read first, or the thing which they should read very very intensely, so that they can understand that, okay, this is my the most important text or the most important headline is this: all types of digital design rely on clear typographical composition. But remember, don't use more than 3 typefaces, because it makes the entire thing look very childish if you use more than 3 typefaces. It is important. And remember, whatever typeface you are using, it is conveying some kind of message to the user. It is conveying some kind of meaning to the user. So suppose you are using 5-6 types of typefaces in a single page, it looks very bad. So that user can think, oh, it's very like unprofessional. So this magazine is not that great to read at. And also make sure that your main text will be big, means main headline, and also these sub headlines and all, that should also be a bigger text than the rest of the body copy. But don't jumble up with the font size of your main heading and all the subheadings. Don't do that. Typography is one of the most important thing in any kind of design, any kind of, be it your web design, be it your app design, be it your digital publishing design, then normal print design also. Then comes the white space. As I showed you, this Apple website, you can see. So, okay, I have closed the Apple website. So there is a lot of white space. So why the white space is important? Because it can make a big impact when it is sized down and built against a white unused negative space. So see, it's an image. There is a lot of extra space here, so that it is making a lot of impact here, even here also. You just, go and see this phone only. You don't see anything else here. So after that, now I have given few of the digital magazine examples, which are really good to look at. First is New York Times. See, they have used GIF. So see, they have how they have break it down. This is the header part, and this is their body content part, and they have used the GIF. But it is for the magazine. This is for the digital magazine, not for the print magazine. Remember that. Even this one, see the image they have used. Image is also very much important for your digital publishing magazine. Then see this. This is Nat Geo. This is the digital version of Nat Geo magazine. And this is one jewelry website. Now see, this is the header part. So this is your body content part. See how they have break it down. And see this one. The typeface and everything, it is so good. They have done it so well. And this is an example of gridded layout. See how they have made the grid. It is not looking very boring, but it is looking extremely good, because they have a lot of content actually. And see this one. This is also an example of a digital magazine. So from all these things which we just saw, what I want to say that whenever you are trying to create any sort of design, please first consider, knowing your end users, study them, talk to them, and then start designing something. But remember, the kind of typography you should use for that particular age group, the kind of color you should use for that particular age group, and how and the kind of images you should use, and the content should be laid out so well so that it makes it easy for the users to read it, to comprehend what is written there. So this is very, very important, very, very important. Okay, so I think I'm done. So any questions, anyone? I'm stopping my sharing. Hello, Pooja, are you there?
Sorry, I was talking on mute.
Okay.
I'm turning on my camera. Thank you so much for the description and explaining the modules. Although when they have to practice, they get a lot of time, and the practice is what makes you perfect.
Yeah.
Even when the students are sitting in the examination, they will be given strict timelines to finish the work, and somehow that research won't be possible for them. So I'd like to add that they need to observe everything around. So you already have your research and your examples in the mind.
Yes. They should do the research beforehand only. Means when they're studying or they're practicing at home, they should always do the research, because I have seen people, because nowadays the students, they don't research at all. If you give them something to do, they will straight away start doing. At least spend 2-3 hours, doing the research, finding some competitor websites and all. That is very important, but they don't do that. I have seen that. They are mostly, okay, let's do.
The patience level is little less, but
Yes.
we know our IndiaSkills registered candidates have immense patience. These guys have been waiting for past 1 year, ma'am, for this IndiaSkills to start, and all thanks to the COVID situation, which actually put everything on hold.
Yes.
So I'm sure in the meantime, everybody went on practicing, and whatever the content they must have consumed over the internet, on or OTT platforms, the televisions, or via music, that can be very beneficial when you think of designing something.
Yes, very much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nandini ma'am, for your wonderful time. I know you have a lot of commitments, and you have taken out your time for us. It's really a pleasure.
Thank you so much, and I really enjoyed taking this session, and I really enjoyed conversing with you since yesterday on this project.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Pleasure is all mine. And thank you, guys. Now we are going to start with 3D digital game design session, sharp 12 o'clock on the same portal. So take a break, have something, and be back for the 3D one. For the candidates registered for 3D digital game design can be with us at 12 o'clock. Keep preparing, keep practicing, everybody in graphic also.
Yes. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.